Hi there, welcome back to the Kenny Veach M-Cave case mystery. I know people wanted updates and stuff. As for breaking news, not quite at this moment in time, but I wanted to give an update from a perspective of another individual out there that has claimed at some point in time to have come across Kenny Veach's remains and found blood out there, as well as the presence of the M-Cave. Now, first and foremost, before people complain, whinge or whine, be clear and understand my wording and language behind this video, okay? So, my initial reaction to hearing this is, can't be possible, I don't agree. Do I like look up to it as if, oh my God, wow, no, I don't. But I'm still gonna read it today, just to read it. Just to share with you the possibilities of how online, especially in a case like this, you do get a range of different people coming in every now and then with their little story time, okay? Out of 10, how often has it been true? Not often at all. Has it ever been true? Maybe once or twice, but it was probably smaller scale and not quite like really hard hitting news or, you know, constructed in that way. Does that make sense to you? Okay. The only reason, in addition to why I'm covering this, besides spreading awareness of how stories can like just appear online and some people will fall for it, okay, especially if it's first time impressions, I'm also covering it just simply because people responded recently to one of my comments back then on Kenny Veach. Now, just as for a brief backstory, it was on a short video by some channel out there, more established, more of an audience, made a short video on Kenny Veach, okay, in the case, the mystery in general, regurgitated same old story without including any new or relevant information or findings. You will see with time, there's a lot of channels out there, 99% of channels, big channels, smaller channels, will cover the case of Kenny Veach and M-Cave, but most of them, if not all, will fail to include the latest updates, will fail to include the CCTV footage of Kenny Veach, supposedly speaking, in that Healing Store 2018 break-in of a Veach family-run one, sister of Kenny Veach being Debbie Veach, who runs the place and still does to this day. And then even the 2022 phone call by Kenny's Facebook account calling Susan and never responded back afterwards. Very strange, very weird. You know, these like little occurrences which don't happen often, in which the material is presentable, you know, better than what other people say in text format on YouTube. At least it's some material suggesting an alternative, suggesting Kenny Veach being alive and additional family members in the background agreeing with that in some way or another. And yet, despite all that, with some form of material, some form of proof, if you want to see it like that, other people have their own stories, right? There's quite a few people claiming that they've been out there hiking, but have they really been out there hiking? That's the ultimate question, right? The hardcore hikers, the likes of SB Vegas Adventures, Sean Horlacher, Jeff Clark, Scott Natal, even Jay Silverheels, Jay Chuck, etc. Those people that have been out there numerous times looking either for Kenny Veach or /and the M-Cave. And you get some other random people out there that say and claim they've been out there or they're gonna go. But this is the thing. There's no harm in listening. By listening, you acknowledge them, right? You don't have to take it in. You don't have to internalize. You don't have to be brainwashed. You don't have to go down a rabbit hole. But just listen, because you never know. Every now and then, you may stumble across the right person. You might come across a key individual that has been out there or is going to go out there, right? And if they can provide more boots on ground footage, that is a big positive, okay? You think of practicality, you think of location, you think of distance, you think of cost. If at any point or time, people are interested, motivated, or whatever, who are from the area or nearby who decide to go out, That's very positive, okay? Just highlighting it. Now, as for this comment, what we're looking at, does it revolve around the idea of, yes, this is a key individual? No. I said, I gave you my brief thoughts at the start of this video, but let's just check the comment out. I'll read it to you. Share your response down below in the comment section. As said, understand my language and my wording of what comes out of my mouth, okay? And let's go from there. Right, here is the comment section. Hopefully you can see it on screen. If the text is too small, apologies. What I will do is read it out to you and you can listen as we go along. Top right corner of the screen is the short video. This is the comment section. Okay. My comment originally saying, it's a shame people fail to do their research on this case. I've extensively covered this case for over 2 years and documented all kinds of strange findings on my channel, including 2018 CCTV footage and 2022 call made by Kenny to prove he's still alive, right? And it's never acknowledged, nor is it ever questioned or challenged in future videos by, new people out there. Understandably, Jeff Clark has done his response and the odd other person. But like in terms of other channels, new channels, big channels, whenever they come in to cover the case, they never cover the true research by the original investigators of the case. They just tell the same old story with the mental health bandwagon and the lack of hard proof and hard evidence to say Kenny is definitely dead, etc., etc. And all these people believe in the girlfriend, who is somewhat questionable in terms of their responses and behaviour. As said, I've documented it all, I've covered it all, I've analysed it all the videos are on my channel. If you look back at them, it's there, boom, boom, boom. You want to request a video link, I'll provide it, or at least try to, and then it should be available, right? Down below is where the comments are started. So a person called Toast saying, no, he is dead, bro. I saw his bones and blood. Well, if that's really the case, then we're assuming that this is back in 2014, right? When it was fresh. Because if Kenny truly was out there, if you went looking for him now, you're not going to be finding any blood. That would have, dried up, washed up long time ago, washed away. As for bones, they could still well be out there, true, but in one place or scattered with time. Person called Jam responds back saying, where? Toast saying, near the M cave. I found it, but I can't find it anymore. It seems when you see it once, you can't see it again. Right, so I know some people will see this as complete BS. Okay, I get that. BS, come on. Oh, you found the M cave, but you can't provide the coordinates. You can't provide an explanation. Well, that's helpful, isn't it? Not. But it, in its own right, it does raise the questions and interest behind how can one find the M cave in general. Kenny Veach himself said he found the M cave, but could not relocate it afterwards. Why was that? Was he in the wrong area? On purpose? By accident? Was he confused? Or trying to cause misdirection for others? Was he threatened? Or was he doing it for his own benefit? They're the questions you got to ask yourself. In addition, is there any more paranormal, questionable, alien type things behind it? I know some people in the past was talking about possibilities of some kind of portal. Others, like Sean Horlacher, saying how you might have to be spiritually in tuned at the right density, frequency. Your mind needs to be open and ready to feel, to sense the cave and to reveal the opening. I've heard talks about that, that being brought up. Was Kenny Veach in the first place in tune and was ready, prepared and expecting it subconsciously, and that's why he came across it, but he wasn't truly ready to enter it? And then fast forward, when he went back, couldn't find it because mentally he wasn't in the same place as he was previous. It does raise those little questions. Does the cave appear once every now and then? Certain time of the day? certain times when where the sun shines or certain shadows casted upon it. All kinds of possibilities like that. Theories, yes, simply ideas, but interesting ones. I'm sure people have talked about it several times before. You want to talk about it down below, feel free. Is there anyone that strongly believes that the cave only appears or opens when certain conditions are met? Do you believe in that? Or do you think it's just simply available to access but in a different area? Or do you think it's just complete BS and there's no M cave? Let me know your thoughts down below. Anything else? Toast says, but I have seen it a couple of times. I don't know. But I have one idea of some sort of thing that crept the crap out of me trying to find it. When I saw the cave for the 5th time and I saw something moving, it wasn't Kenny. No way, impossible. It was screaming and punching stuff like it went crazy. And it was trying to get out. It wasn't Kenny though. It had at least 3 arms and 1 leg. A pogo stick? What's going on now? Yeah, it's going a bit off now. But, before people jump on in and say, well, this is a waste of time, this is silly, let's not forget other people out there have been talking about reptilians. So, can we go any worse? Not really. Right. I mean, just in general, the way this person talks, very casual. Oh, I came across Kenny. Oh, I came across some bones. Oh, I came across a cave. Why has it not been mentioned before until now? Why has it not been reported to the police or the family members appropriately or reported to hikers, investigators out there? Yeah, sometimes when people are very casual about something, it's because it didn't happen. But let's just see. I still haven't found it though. After the 20th time, I never found it again. I did camp right outside away from vibration and nothing was there at all. Now, that final comment is something that does stand out from the rest. The rest sounds a bit dramatic, over the top. But that last comment, the word vibration, camping outside of it. Interesting. I'm not saying that I believe in it 100%, but based off other people's experiences, they too have felt vibrations. Kenny Veach himself, who explained it later, when he got near to the cave, he felt vibrations. It felt weird, kind of scary. He wasn't prepared. He wasn't armed either. That's why he didn't enter. But when he was going back out there later to try and relocate it, he brought a firearm and was ready to go in, but never found it. Now, not just Kenny Veach, Jeff Clark, a hiker, person been looking for the MK for some time, active on YouTube, of course, helped keep the case alive and cover it for quite some time. Shout out to Jeff Clark. Jeff Clark, not that long ago, recalled and brought up the points of he himself experiencing vibrations, all kinds of weird stuff going on, right? So the person here, them saying that they felt vibrations as well, this person could be lying, right, because they've never been out there, but it brings back into the discussion of true people out there, like Kenny Veach, like Jeff Clark, who have felt the vibrations and they've been out there in the desert terrain, the environment. What is going on out there? What is happening? And Jeff Clark also said, and this is in brief, you want to check more details out, make sure to go over to his channel, but Jeff Clark did mention how with the vibrations as well, it felt like time passed by very quick, which wasn't explainable with the camera and footage or something. It's like something out of this world happened. Yeah, it's kind of deep, but I just wanted to briefly touch upon it now, just so you're kind of aware. Was there anything else to highlight here? Well, we've got supposedly a creature with 1 leg and, 3 arms or something. It seems a bit odd. But the bit where he says, oh, I saw his bones and blood. Well, if you did truly see it, did you not think of reporting it to the family or anything out there? I mean, I guess thanks for sharing your story, but not convinced at this moment in time, in my opinion. As said, just wanted to share that with you, kind of like a demonstration, okay, of what you expect to come across or more so, what you should be prepared and expected to come across within the casing community. If you're a new viewer coming on in, an impressionable person, first-time impressions are important. You don't want to be misguided. You don't want to go down the wrong route. So hopefully this video kind of helps you understand. As well, this video itself might just even start some new discussions off, because maybe some of the claims made by that person was a load of BS, but could be valid in some way or another for a genuine person that has been out there and has experienced odd stuff occurring, right? We saw it within Kenny Veach's footage, a lot of things. Paranormal, possibly, visual, auditory. I've covered it on my channel if you want to look back. But all in all, wanted to make this video just to share with you my additional thoughts, what's recently been talked about, bit of Jeff Clark's experience. Things can be filled in, you know, in the grey areas as well for further context. And yeah, people wanted updates, people wanted some kind of coverage. Well, hopefully that helps in some way, right? As well, shows one evolving with time. In the past, covering it, maybe taking it a little bit too serious at times, though it wasn't always like that, okay? But maybe you see an evolution to how things were covered back then and wording and language compared to how they are now, right? We're covering external cases like Dylan Rounds, Idaho 4, and then coming back to here. Hopefully, there's been maybe an improvement in some way or another. As for the title, got to try and word it appropriately, of course. And as said, if you're watching, understand the language and wording. Hopefully you are able to watch the video all the way through to understand what this video was really about. And yeah, leave your comments down below. You want to start new discussions, feel free to do that as well down below. Links to channel, links to videos and stuff will be down below in the pinned comment section as well. As for now, thanks for watching. See you next time. Goodbye and good night.